Well, would you look at that? We have a new foundation from Benefit. This is the Professional Foundation. Love that they just stuck with the original name and just added foundation to it. I am really curious about this. This is going to be a first impressions. They did send over two shades. We have 12N Major and then 10N Ace. I think the 10N is going to suit me best, but you never know. Sometimes it looks darker in the bottle than when it actually comes out. But this is what the packaging looks like. Super cute, and it kind of has like a little divot right there in the cap. I don't know if you can tell. Mind you, like I said, this is a first impressions. I just want to see how it applies to the skin. Obviously, the more I wear it, I will give you guys updates. Like, if you guys want to wear tests, let me know. But I just am so impatient, and I just want to see what this looks like on the skin. So let's go ahead and get into it. Also, I do want to take note that I am not going to use any primer because I want to see what this looks like just fresh onto skin. Normally, please keep this in mind also, I would be wearing primer underneath any kind of makeup that I'm wearing. However, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not really going anywhere, so as soon as I apply this onto my face, pretty much I'm going to be taking it off after because I just want to do a first impression. So please keep that in mind whenever you do wear makeup. Please always wear a primer. Let's go ahead and get into it. Right, so packaging wise, it does have a little pump right here. I'm just going to put a little bit onto my palette and then onto my finger, and then onto the face. I brought you in a little closer. You can see I do have pores because I am a human and they are pretty big. So look at that. Let's apply. Ooh, I don't know if this is gonna be too yellow, but let's blend it out. I zoomed you guys in. I am going to start blending this out. It does kind of have a stronger scent. It kind of reminds me of another foundation. I don't know what it's reminding me of, but I feel like the scent kind of dissipates pretty fast. Okay, I feel like the shade actually is not too bad. And it's applying pretty nicely. I like that it's not too, weirdly enough, not too wet. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Like, it's not sticky. It's not too emollient. That's the thing. I actually really like the texture of this foundation. I'm gonna add a little bit more to this area right here and sort of towards my nose where I would need some coverage. I would say, based off first impressions with the first layer, the coverage is beautiful. It's actually giving very nice coverage. Wow, I'm actually really impressed by this. Okay, girl. Well, damn. That is a nice foundation indeed. Wow. I don't know what I was expecting. But this is kind of a very beautiful foundation. Jump scare. Okay, now I'm really close. So I want you to take a look. You can still see my pores. However, I feel like it does kind of make it look not, I don't want to say it like totally like remove them and makes them look gone, but you can see that when it's on the skin, it does give the skin a very nice airbrushed look. I mean, compared to this side right here and this side, it looks really nice. And I'm showing you up close with no filters what this looks like, and I don't have perfect skin. Okay, you can see it's not perfect, but this foundation made it look pretty damn nice. For those of you that are like, try it on the side where you actually have redness. Okay, let's apply some to this half of the face. Okay, I applied some. We're gonna start buffing it into the skin. Wow, I'm really impressed by this. It kind of takes a lot for me to be impressed by foundations these days because honestly, I don't really wear them anymore. If I'm gonna be real, like not on a daily basis. When I make my videos and when I go out, sometimes yeah, but usually I'm not just like lounging around the house wearing makeup, you know? But this foundation, wow. And I know y'all saw that redness. I have lupus and I have the butterfly rash a lot, like frequently, unfortunately. So I will cover that sometimes in videos because I'm a little insecure about that. But this, I didn't even put any really like near my nose. That's just using some excess that was on the brush, and it still had really good coverage. Wow, this is what it's looking like up close. So you can see, like, you can still see my pores, but like somehow at the same time it still looks so good and like kind of airbrushed. You know, overall, based off the first impressions, I think that this is a beautiful foundation. You know, I showed you guys the up close. I don't have any filters. You guys could clearly see my redness, my pores, and when I showed you up close, even with no filters or anything, this looks phenomenal. The finish of it is a nice natural finish, and I think if you have dry skin, you probably wouldn't really need to set this. However, my philosophy is always set your makeup no matter what, because I'm too paranoid to not set it. If you are an oily skin girly, I would still recommend setting, just because I would always recommend that in general. But Benefit, this, I like it. I like it a lot.